Well, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, and I was laying in bed trying to figure out how I'm going to figure out the size of the base and the size of the board that I'm going to create this piece on. And it all came together. The story, everything. And that's about what this video is going to be, is me relating to you the story that formed in my head. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, so excuse me if I ramble. I've lived my past 30 years of life alone, and my mind is often drawn to the most romantic side of life. And as I was laying there in bed this morning, by the way, I usually only sleep 3 hours a night, and then get up and then go back to bed later on. To get about an 8 hours sleep, I have to split it up into shifts. Anyway, I'm getting off the course of my story. I thought of making the rock initially out of aluminum foil piled up, bunched up, formed to save clay and to form the rock that I would also form the mountain man pressed up against the broken rock. And then something struck me. I could have it a split rock. A rock that had been once on a cliff high above a valley in the mountains of the west. And over the eons of time, through the thrusting up of the plates of the earth, and this rock became a prominent shape on a cliff. And as time went by, water had gotten in between cracks in the rock, formed ice in the winter, pressing the rock further away from the cliff, till eventually the equilibrium of the rock gave way and broke away from the cliff and went crashing down into that valley it had observed for thousands of years, maybe millions. It lay there, split in two from the force of the fall. And as time went by, eventually a mountain man sought refuge in that broken rock. He had heard voices of Native Americans, and this particular tribe, well, they didn't like mountain men trapping in their area. So he pressed up against the broken rock face of that boulder that laid in that beautiful valley, hiding. As a young man and a young woman from the tribe came walking down towards this broken boulder, which was a prominent feature of the valley. The young man climbed up on the rock as the young girl stood there looking at him. And that young warrior who had spent hours carving a flute, a special flute, one that would carry the music of his love to that young lady that he wanted to spend his life with. So he reached into his leather pouch that he made to hold that pipe. He pulled it out and began playing a tune that echoed across the valley and off the mountains. The young girl standing there listening to it, hiding her face behind a part of her blanket, smiling, her heart fluttering with love for this young warrior she admired. As that mountain man clung to that broken rock, his fear went away a little bit, remembering his own loneliness and love lost, contemplating the music that struck his heart also. And then the title of the piece came to me. Love at Broken Rock. No, let's see. Love and Fear at Broken Rock. Or Split Rock. I'll have to work on that. So that is the story I came up with. And I kind of like it. When you get as old as I am, you've got a lot of things you've gone through. And a lot of it filled with regrets. But a lot of it with joy. And blessings from a Father in heaven who gave me this ability, who also inspires me. Now, whether this story forms in clay and becomes a work of art, I don't know. But this little bit of inspiration in the morning, it's on April 29th. It's kind of a start. So let's see where this journey goes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where this journey goes. All right, I think I'm going to go back to bed. Try to get some sleep. Good night, everybody. I hope you don't mind this little video. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good clay. I just need to not screw it up. Good morning, everybody.